Welcome, everybody, to episode 31 of the E4Life podcast, your home for esports, entrepreneurship, education, entertainment. One of your hosts, Marcus Howard.
It's your boy, Sebastian, Chosen One Burton.
It's running for me, your master geek tricks.
Well, I came in a little late. What?
Derek, a.k.a. Mr. Dope Work, is in the building. It's great to have everybody back together.
We back together once again. You know, I like that.
Shout out to the audience. We got 4 people tuning in live from LinkedIn. Let us know in the chat who you are. All we see is a number. We appreciate your support. Last couple of weeks, we've actually been doing a minor segment where we brought someone in from the audience to join us. So we want to continue doing that for a few minutes, moving forward into the future. So if anybody wants to join in for 5-10 minutes, let us know what's up. Rich is in the building. Appreciate you, Rich.
Dang, Rich in the building. What's up, man? Richie Rich.
Rich.
Let me tell you, that was a name in the 90s that as a kid, I just thought that was the flyest name that ever existed ever. Like, especially because I was poor. It's like, who's richer than Rich E. Rich? You heard? You feel me? Like, oh, I got a lot of money. My man's name is Rich E. Rich.
Oh God.
Woo! It's good to be back. How have things been?
Been alright. It's been alright in these streets.
Yeah. I see some things have been
Yo,
going
I'm
on.
still trying to figure why is this double audio?
My audio's low?
No, I can hear double audio, so it's like
but it might be
delay.
It might be you have monitoring on 2 things. That's why it might be double.
Oh, I gotta go to headphones.
Let's run it.
Probably.
Speaking of Rich, he shared with us earlier that the PlayStation Plus still has that discount. You can get Knockout City for free, I guess, till the end of the month if you have PlayStation Plus. So if you haven't done that yet, y'all check that game out.
Yo, I play Knockout City a lot. I'm not gonna hold you. I play a lot.
I haven't played in a very long time. It's a lot of games out.
I know.
So it's like, what's going to pique my interest and keep it?
Nah, I get it. You the master geektress, so it's like you got to play all the games because people. Knockout City.
Hey. Okay. Definitely.
Isn't either.
My what?
Yeah.
But I mean, that means all 3 of us then.
Except for Derek.
All 3 of y'all.
All 3 of us is not coming through. So that means that
Yeah,
it has to.
Yeah, Red. It's on Derek's end, right?
Yeah, it's on Derek's end. So now, Derek, you have to go to the settings and put output on for this window captured.
Okay. So Rich is saying the audio's back. All of us are back, Rich?
All of us are back. Richie Rich. That's the flyest name. I'm trying to tell you. You trying to play? Rich E. Rich. Man, Rich E. Rich.
So what y'all got going on in the last week? What y'all been up to?
Man, grinding, man. Listen, so you know,
Can you hear my mic?
I hear you.
Yeah.
I can hear you. Derek, I don't see you on the stream.
No. How about now?
Yeah, but I don't see your box either. I see what he's saying. It only shows like the three of us. I don't see you in like the. Oh, there it is.
He's there.
Okay. Why is
Okay. My computer's slow. Don't listen to me.
All
right. Yeah, but yeah, for the last week, it's just been a lot of marketing stuff, man. Like that's really what I've been doing a lot of, like really sharpening my marketing skills. Specifically, man, and I hope all our listeners, this is the new curb that New Me is bringing, entrepreneurship, because I really love it. Like I've always loved it. It's been a love-hate, but right now we're doing real good. We're on the upside of our relationship, and I'm here to
I have a question.
Huh?
I have a question. So,
what's up?
Since Facebook has now become Meta, right?
Okay.
What has changed with Facebook advertising?
I think everybody's getting ready for platforms that Facebook are going to put out that engage augmented reality. So I think when like everybody right now is looking to see what places, like something that's getting hot is Pinterest, because like word around is that like Pinterest is going to be doing a lot of augmented, like you take a picture of something in real life and it has like augmented things around it. That kind of stuff is like where ads are going to start showing up, because naturally once people are like, oh, this is cool, I can point my phone at something, and basically it's Pokemon Go, but it's with shoes, or it's with, whatever I point my phone at, shows the house comes up augmented and tells you how much it is and things like that. I think you'll start seeing it there, but right now, yeah, I haven't seen
Samsung might be on
Oculus or anything like that. I haven't seen it like super trends. It's just right now, like Instagram and TikTok and stuff, it's so hot that it's just like there's so many people. You can't really go wrong with those, and YouTube. But I haven't seen any super crazy changes in virtual reality. Have you seen any like virtual reality ads? Should I be on the lookout?
No, I haven't seen any like augmented reality or VR type ads. I just was very curious since Facebook has become like the newspaper for ads, where pretty much you can pinpoint all age groups, but specifically it's really going to be from 30, probably even 40 and up, but 30, probably like 30 and up for ads on Facebook, and then everything else below that. So I guess millennials, us, and Gen Z for TikTok, Snapchat, and so forth. Right. And then like Pinterest is really great, even amongst, women. A lot of women use Pinterest. So, but I was just curious to see what's going to happen since that, the whole wave is on Facebook ads. A lot of people have gained wealth off of Facebook, doing advertising off of there. And it's like, okay, since things is now Meta, it's involving more than just your average tradition. The new tradition is taking like another step.
Right. It's true.
So I was curious on how that's going to go.
It's something that I think about and we think about at GSG, like how to be, that's the conversation we're all having. I think it's brilliant that you're thinking like that. That shows how forward thinking you are, because it's like, that's what's coming next, man. Like you got to know, like, they're making the Oculus at $299 now, so it's becoming like a household affordable thing. That'll always be the first step. You'll see.
Yeah, everybody got one now. I have one. I haven't opened it.
Yeah. See, like people have them now. People have them now. Like smartphones.
They don't open it.
Like, once people have them, then they have their entryway in. So, now we have it into your life, and I think the first thing they're gonna start doing is making your regular experiences into those experiences. So, like now, when you would check the news, instead of picking your phone up, it's like put your headset on. You know what I mean? It's like now, instead of like when you want to check the weather, instead of picking up your phone, like put these glasses on. or put this on
Did
and do that. And
that's what I'm curious. Okay, so if no one's familiar with this, but I think when Samsung came out with the Note 10, I think I forgot. But they had a way where you can use your phone to make AR stuff, like your own AR things, right from your phone. So I haven't heard any of these mobile phone makers from, the top flagships say, hey, except for Samsung. I'm sorry, Samsung always had the stuff first, but they haven't even actually marketed that. Since metaverse has been the buzzword, I haven't really seen anybody actually go forward and say, hey, we're making it that you can make your own AR stuff at all. Like Samsung did it years ago, but they haven't even come forth and say, okay, even with the S21, they didn't even speak about that then. Because it's like, okay, if people want to make ads, how can they make AR ads if they don't have the technology right at their fingertips to make it?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just trying to stay what you can. Like, it's very in the now, the buyer's market, right? The buyer's market is like in the now. Like, you want to, like I was saying, I was busy this week. My main thing I was doing was emailing. Like, man. Like, I don't know what, all I can tell you as an entrepreneur, and of course I tell the squad, this is us, and I tell you guys offline and online in front of people. But I feel like, as millennials, I feel like in this information revolution we're in, like, you got to be emailing people. You got to be like, if you have like people who are customers, leads, anything, like, to grow your business, you got to be like contacting them. And we see how fast Facebook or YouTube goes down, and you're just kind of like out of connection with people unless you've been collecting their email, unless you've been staying in touch with them. So like, I feel like in this age we're in, like, the augmented reality thing is just a new thing. You can't really be I don't have the kind of clout at a Facebook level to like know what Facebook's going to do next. I just watch the behavior of like the public, and I'm seeing that they're making it cheap for every house. So that means all the kids are going to have it, and then we'll see what they do with it, because once the kids make it cool, all the adults just try to figure out what the kids think is cool, and then we'll figure out where it goes from there, and someone will figure out how to run an ad there. But I think when it comes to sales, what's important to know is like, it's a new thing, but in 5 years it won't be new anymore. So, just get ready for it, and know that like, it's not even necessarily just Facebook, right? Like, they're trying to win the race, but imagine a world where Facebook doesn't win the race. Imagine a world, like Marcus was saying, where another company wins the race. Like, someone else does it right? They're Decentraland or their whatever is right. And Facebook's, no matter how much money they spend, it's just not the one. Their 15-year run of being the bomb is just over with. Like, this new phase that is augmented reality, that is virtual, that is automated, right? That is like Amazon drop show packages, and that is this. Facebook is not a big boomer in the front of that audience. Prepare for a world that's possibly like that, because maybe the next new kid could make that new thing. Like, that's just like, now that's the new bully on the block, because they're just unstoppable. Look at TikTok in the last 2 years. What?
Yeah, I think Facebook recognizes that, right? I think, announcing that their meta is them trying to get mind share because they're having to play catch up, right? If you think back 2018, Facebook banned all cryptocurrency ads, right? You couldn't advertise you were doing a crypto or an ICO or any of that. And then coincidentally, a couple years later, they're trying to launch their own thing, Libra. And then obviously there were so many issues with that, and Congress, is rightfully so, has a lot of apprehension about them being in the metaverse. But they've had this opportunity. Blockchain and crypto and NFTs have been around for 12 years, and they only really got excited about it, really when they announced this new name changer 2 or 3 years ago. So you're right. I think it is time for someone else, and hopefully it's a community of people. Because what I've seen is like the metaverse professionals, the thought leaders, are almost kind of like banding together against Facebook, because they don't want it to be a corporate dominated metaverse. That's how you end up with kind of dystopian futures like you see in Ready Player One.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like, it's tricky because you look at something like Activision Blizzard, right? It's like, look, this is how big companies work. If you didn't know this, another thing for you to drop onto. It's like, how big companies work is like, at a certain point, it's a machine and the gears is turning. And it's like, oh, there's a little rock in this gear. They'll rather just try to fix that gear and not look at the big machine, why the rock got inside, right? Like, why did the rock even get inside the machine? They won't even look at that. They'll just fix that problem and keep turning. That's why Bobby Kotick is pretty much about to keep his job. It looked like, even though everybody's trying to get him to step down because the culture is terrible, is because the publishers make so much money in gaming and esports that it would take like something crazy to make them changes. It's like, it already works. Like, we're not going to fix it. It's $1 billion industry. And so that's what I feel like, I think about with crypto as well, is like, you look at the people who are just taking over from the top. I want it to be a community, but I also see like, you look who's taking from the top. It's like crypto.com, I mean, I don't even know what their service is necessarily. Like, I couldn't necessarily describe it to you. I can tell you a lot of what they've been doing in like marketing and promoting it, right? Like all the ads, they bought the Staples Centers down the street. They bought that. They bought the damn
$700 million
Staples Center since I was little. So, I mean, I see the fortune favors the bold. I get that. It's a good attitude. And Chris Reed off LinkedIn, shout out to Chris Reed, he be all about Bitcoin and crypto. And I think it's a big thing. My thought process is, though, like, again, the same way you look directly at esports, look at it for what it is. Like, the publishers have so much power that if something isn't right, like, the people that want to make a movement change now at Activision Blizzard, and look what's happening. Look what it's taking. See what I'm saying? So what if your money, your crypto, got the same kind of thing? Someone controlling it ain't doing right. What you gonna do about it? It's a whole new money source. It's a whole new thing. So I like that we have Marcus on the team because he's much more bullish towards crypto. I'm just kind of like, listen, I'm a hustler's hustler, man. Like, when we get to the crypto level, however you move A to B or B to C, I'll figure that out, and then I'll just do it with crypto. What I've been doing with dollars, it's okay. Whatever I've been doing with dollars, I'm doing it with the crypto too. You know what I'm saying?
Red, you've been investing in some crypto recently too, right?
Yeah.
Learning too.
That's dope.
I've been learning, trying to figure out these different coins. And then, of course, because of Gerard, learning about Saitama, what they've been doing, what's been behind it. So I remember, a long time ago when you was having your class on crypto, you was like, nah, that Doge, what was it? Was it the Dogecoin or whatever? He was like, it's not backed by anything. And so when I got to learn more about Saitama and seeing who's behind it, and there's an actual face to it, because a lot of these coins, there's no face to it. Like with anyone, you don't even know who started it up or anything like that. So learning about the white paper and seeing who's the developers. Sometimes you don't even know who the developers are. A lot of times you don't even know what this coin is actually supposed to do. You'll have those meme coins out there that is just a pump and dump situation. It's not really contributing to anything societal, so it could be everlasting. So learning more about a coin that is supposed to have passive income all the time, to actually be involved with other infrastructures like medicine or education, that's when I know, like, okay, this is going to work. It's just like with a company, I'm like, okay, this is going to make sense. This is going to work because they're involved in so much stuff instead of just being involved with one thing. So yeah, like I've been even seeing like different stocks and stuff. I'm like, it's just time to learn, it's time to learn. And it's time to also tell friends and family about it that never even spoke about this stuff. I was telling some friends, most of our conversation might be about everyday stuff or gaming. I'm like, it's time for a new topic. And that topic is, to get some income rolling in so you can create portfolios and have some generational wealth, not just wealth for today. So it's been fun learning about crypto. It's a lot to research on, though. It's a lot to research on the whole blockchain. Another thing I see is not like a lot of women involved with blockchain discussions and crypto. So of course, I can't wait to connect with more women involved in the crypto space and blockchain to see what's their endeavors and what they want to utilize to kind of change the narrative on stuff as well. So, it's been fun. It's been fun learning about it. It's a whole new world for real, but I can see it benefiting, especially with our people. I can see it benefiting a lot, period, with so many different things, just like the topic that, Derek had when it came to the whole blockchain thing. It's like, okay, I hear that this can help this on a consumer standpoint or even that one developer, but how does it actually help our people as a whole? Like, okay, it helps them to keep buying something. How does it help for them to actually have assets in something? So I was like, that was, it's a great point. And then that's where the educational thing comes in. So that's why I love, not only our platform, but other platforms too. For example, like Earn Your Leisure, who they continuously like, okay, this is the entry level on how to do something, the middle part and the advanced part too. So, just getting that info out there.
It's important. We're going to take a stock class with you soon. Shoot.
On me?
Like, yeah. That's
no. You said stock class. I'm still learning.
Doing it. You already doing it. That's what it's about. Though.
I'm still learning.
It's about, and it's about, I love what you just said. And it's about being humble enough to know that. Like, I could learn from Brad how to do it. I don't know how to do it that well. I got $100 in the stock market. I turned to 140 and I stopped. That's the end of the story. Like, it's not something I mastered. So why wouldn't I,
I did the same thing. I had, I don't know. I'm like, well, I had this amount of money in stocks, but I was like, okay, I think I had 100. I think I had like I invested $170. And then I seen it grow with Roblox. Like I invested early in Roblox and my Roblox actually was the one who turned made it grow because the percentage, the gain percentage on that was crazy in the last couple of months. I was like, okay, but that took months. Then with crypto, I was like, okay, for example, it's like Tamika coin. I'm like, okay, I put in 200 in that. And I seen that grow quicker than a stock. And I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, hold on. I think, and that's what made me just be curious, just by playing around with just, of course, $400 as a whole. I wanted to see what can work and what can't work. Of course, there's certain things that can stay and you hold on to it. And then with crypto, okay, I want to have a stake. And I'm learning about stakes. I'm learning about holding. Hip hop has taught me so much. I'm dealing with that. Just by him learning himself, and I'm learning from him. That's how it's supposed. That's how it's supposed to be.
How it's supposed to go.
And yes, so I'm like, okay, okay.
What I'm saying.
So yeah, having an early stake and not automatically, because people nowadays are so reactionary on a lot of stuff. We see it from somebody might tell you something in 140 characters, and it's like, well, we don't know how the tone was. Pump your brakes a bit and kind of take it in before you just react to it so quick. And I see that even with investing in crypto, one person to see this one article in something and they just dump they just sell. And then they just lost their placement that they had. Their placement they had 6 months ago. But if they just would have had just pumped their brakes and just see how everything will turn over in the next week to get more information off of that, because people create any media news story that they want to create from countless news sources, and you'll think it's the real thing because, okay, damn, it's 5 people reporting on it, 5 outlets. But then once someone debunk everything, you like, damn, I just sold a lot. I just lost my stake. And that's another thing too, because we live in this social media society right now that people listen to other people instead of actually doing their own research. So and anything financial, you got to do your own research. Yes.
You should always do your own research. And I would imagine that in that stock game, it's the same way. You got to do your own research. Like, forget, no matter what course is teaching you, who's telling you, you got to dig deep and do your own research. And that's something I think our generation, I'd be wondering, like, if Cats is really doing that. You know, that process, like, you got to really just dig through, like, books, old documents, information that, like, you got to get, like, you know, the perspective of, like, what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that work that comes before you could even apply your skills. Yeah, that's
nobody's doing that right. Like, yeah, I mean, younger generation definitely is not doing that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
when you look at the Squid Game, right? The show that was popular on Netflix.
Yeah. Somebody
made a Squid Game token, a crypto, right? And it was a pump and dump. Like, it wasn't even the people who have the IP. They just made their own token. Right. And then I think they raised $2.1 million, and it was gone within minutes. It was a rug pull. Like, as soon as they launched it, everybody was like, oh, Squid Game is popular on Netflix. Everybody put their money in. Then the developers took all the money out, like sold all their stake. And they said nobody's doing their own research.
Nobody's doing it. Now everybody's like, the Squid Game is popular. I'm putting money into it. That's crazy.
Is that bad?
Yeah, because I think that like to be long-term successful, you're actually going to end up having to be nice. Like, you might be able to flip for a while. Like, let me give you an example. Like Hollywood, if you make it as an actor, the average career salary for that is like, you know, somewhere in the low 6 figures, called 120,000, right? That's the average career for it. If you gig 5-6 times a year on local level, you're gonna get, you know, 120,000. All right. And then of course there's your hand-picked people who are gonna blow up like Zendaya or Issa Rae and start making $100 million, whatever. Okay. Even with those kind of odds, you will be better off to getting your actual skills up so that you can actually be needed more. Like, being a skilled actor, even if it's not, you won't end up being the number 1 cat. You're gonna get a lot of work because you better at the job than you was hot for the moment and then your ass not hot no more. Because let me tell you something, Hollywood is down the street from me and it's paved for people who was hot in 1999.
I'm talking about, isn't it awesome that technology gives you the ability to try
pump and dump, like something like that?
Yeah, like to try something like that and have an economic come up.
Well,
because think about it,
they fucking the game up.
You think you better because you got multiple emails because you're trying to get on a newsletter and get 20% off twice, and someone else chose to use it and got $2 million. Like,
I ain't never done that. I ain't never done that.
I mean, I would say this, like, I could see they was like, hey, you did it. I would never. Like, to be honest, it's something that said, okay, this is a Squid Game coin, and you didn't do any research to make sure that wasn't really from the people. You already know that was going to be a pump and dump because, one, they could get sued. So you got to hurry up, get all the money. Everybody jumped on a bandwagon because it's something cool. Like, recently, I just seen a Squid Game toy. I know this is not licensed. I know it's not licensed. There's so many Squid Game toy stuff. I'm like, last time I checked, they didn't make a cartoon for Squid Games, or they didn't make a kid show for Squid Games, but this stuff is being pumped over because there's YouTube personalities, there's Squid Game games on Roblox that people created. So kids know about it just based off of that, those 2 things alone, because of Roblox, YouTube personalities. So these companies was like, word, they start making toys. They got the fidget toys. They got the little, I'm like, where all this stuff come from? Like, I know this is not licensed. Packaging and everything straight from China. Like, you can get your little figures and stuff. So I know something like a coin. They was like, yo, we're going to do this real quick. As soon as it get popping, what's the limit? At least they had a limit to leave because they could have lost all of that. It was like 2 mil, we out. All right, next coin. Why is it's going to be another coin? Nobody knows the face to it.
You know what I'm saying? As far as the hustle go, I'm definitely not.
So we applaud that. Like, congratulations to the people on the other end that produced that. Or are we saying, damn you?
I mean, it's decentralized for that stuff to happen.
But I don't know if you could last in the game just off of that. I don't know if you can. Like, I don't think that the history of me being alive don't prove that the nicest people in the game survive off of, like, just trying to hustle, like, you know, say something bad, like when Kobe passed away, all I seen on the corners was people selling Kobe shirts. It's like, you trying to live off the times, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's cool or whatever, but it's like, that's why you trying to live off the times. You know
it's not long, it's short term.
You trying to live off the times, like, you feel me? Like, and that's a constant problem I see amongst not only my people, but other people, but just like, yeah, like, you gotta think bigger. So if you're gonna come in the game, it's okay to come in and, like, figure out how to do that, but they could have thought of an actual way to incorporate. If you was thinking about that, you could think about an actual way, because this is real too. Think about an actual way to incorporate Netflix/Squid Games into an actual financial thing, and you know, get something popping that could be a long-term play instead of, like, you just pump and dump on a bunch of suckers. Like, did them wrong. I'm not mad at you for, you know, hey, listen, it's capitalism. It's there.
Can't knock the hustle.
Yeah.
But it's bad for the ecosystem long term. And
it's not helpful for nobody. It's not helpful for nobody, because all you did was short yourself too. Because
I mean, it's just like, for example, casinos had to figure out a way to still have winners, you know, and for them to still make money.
Right.
You know, that's like you there to kind of sucker people in to spend all their damn life. But okay, this week we have to have a multi-million-dollar winner. You know what I'm saying? Like, over 100 million, you know what I'm saying, this week.
Right.
And we just suckered so much people, but we still had to make sure we had a winner this week.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you got to have a trade-off. There has to be some type of trade-off to make it work, because all these companies, of course, have more financial wealth than actual doing good for the world. But you don't look at it like that, because they did 2 little good things out of all the 1,000 things that they already did already. So it has to be some type of balance.
Do you think casinos were already very data driven
when it first started?
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be. You know, let's go like way back. Okay, let's go way back.
Let's go 2000.
In 2000? Yeah. I mean, from casinos to, let's see, I mean, from 2000, I don't know. The reason why I wanted to go to the origin, because it made sense why, from people traveling and having a place to stop. It's just like, for example, like truck drivers or whatever, when they need a place to stop at. So now there's something convenient for somebody to have an outlet to do something and see if they're able to take maybe something negative and have wishful thinking to turn it into a positive. So if I have this foot traffic coming into this part of town in this area, then having something to weigh your odds at can bring in more people. So now it becomes more like this type of meme type thing, and a phenomenon that at this specific place, this is where people are, you know, where the gold rush was at. You know, this is where X, Y, and Z is, you know, where people are trying to find fortune at. Let's see if people could place themselves against the odds to get fortune. So, you know, of course, everything has been always data driven. That's why I wanted to go to the, because I don't know anything. You know, in the 2000s, I was trying to make it out of junior high school to high school. But just knowing about the origins and seeing certain things. Of course, things was data driven because of foot traffic. So yeah, definitely.
Rich is saying in the chat that if you watch the movie Casino with Robert De Niro, he breaks down the math for how casinos operate. I don't know how old the Casino movie is and what time period it's referencing.
Classic. It's a classic. Yeah. Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, Casino.
So so as technology advances, what is that industry called? Is that called casino tech? Is that called gambling tech?
Gaming.
Gaming.
They call it iGaming. The casino industry now. Like if they have a big conference, one of the big conferences in Malta, like the country Malta, and obviously Vegas is. I think Chris Laporte may be in the over here on the corner in the chat. So if you can add some context for that, that'd be awesome. But yeah, like when I was trying to raise money for Project MQ, like early on, I connected with an investor who was, I thought he was an esports investor, but he said he was iGaming. And then as I continue to learn more about the type of investments he was doing, the business he was doing, it was more around like purely casino. And the entire part of the industry that's part of the gaming industry, from what I understand from his perspective, refers to it as iGaming.
Like game developers and everything. Like I know a game developer and she mostly develops like casino games and stuff. So yeah.
How does a regular person like able to regulate whether their technology is being fair?
I wonder if they involve statisticians on that or something, like to know the odds. I wonder. Because, yeah, like it's developed games, like just like how the gaming industry period is. But I mean, that's a good question. But I would really think like probably some statisticians going to see depending on how the game goes, what's the odds for X, Y, and Z. Because this was my first time gambling when I went to Vegas, right? I lost my little $30. But I sat there and seen how it goes, at these little penny slots. And so I'm like, there's probably a sensor at these tables or something, like not at the tables, but at the game, because once the person left and cashed out, I'm pretty sure it resets. And then that person stayed there I was counting like the person stayed there for like 15 minutes. And then it gave them, since they dumped, I think like $20 or $30 in, depending on what it was, and it's seen that the person was losing, it was like, okay, let's give you some free turns, some free spins. And then that's when it racked up. So then the person's like, okay, let me stay here because I'm getting these free spins. That's what happened to me. I was like, let me stay here because I'm getting these free spins. So I could get more and more and I could probably double my money. But a lot of people don't understand. It's like, okay, if you doubled your money or tripled, just cash out. Just get your little receipt and cash out and go to the next slot. And but yeah, that's a great question because that's something that I would definitely ask my homegirl, like what's the development part on that?
Could you imagine battling artificial intelligence for that? That's reading to string you along, like physically watching you, like, okay, let me give her 6 more free tokens. Let me make her kind of win at this one. Like, how can you defeat that? And how can you know that's going on?
Is that what's happening with online poker now?
I don't know about the online poker
question. Nah, it's true because the dealer you play with a bunch of people, but the dealer is an AI. The dealer is AI, so it's not like you know what I'm saying? The cards is doubt how the system deal them. So saying
it's some mathematics to that for sure. I'm pretty sure there's people who crack that too. For example, even like with Call of Duty, and I think even with Destiny too, that I realized like I haven't played Destiny in 2 months, and I bet you by the time I get back on Destiny, they're going to drop, I'm probably going to be able to get an exotic because I realized that, okay, why wasn't she on the game for 2 months, And so even when I get back on Call of Duty, I haven't played Cold War for a long time. Watch when I get back on Cold War, it's going to show in the shop something free that I could get just so I can stay on that platform. So I'm pretty sure there's some time mechanism too on certain things. And that's smart to keep, your players engaged, and it's like, okay, I got her back. She probably could spend some more, some more in-game currency on something, or she might want to do X, Y, and Z. But I think that's smart. If you have something to still keep your players engaged, to want to still, it's an addiction type thing too. Even like if you're losing in something, now let her win 5 games. Let her win 5 games so she thinks she win it, but with a house. So,
but what would you call that? Like, so from an industry standpoint, what would you call that position? Is that an engagement engineer or engagement architect that is strategically thinking about how to string us along?
Loot box engineer.
Loot box.
And then where do you go? Where do you go to get qualified to be that person?
Boy, this YouTube University. What you do? Yeah, because if you
those are data analysis for sure. People that analyze data, analyze, just human interaction on the platform. There's people who are data analysts that kind of see and get the records off of stuff on what time people come on.
A data analyst is making 50 grand, 80,
50 grand,
100,
50 to 80. Yeah,
man, hell yeah. You need me. Let me be a data analyst. You try to talk about you paying me 42,000 plus 2 weeks vacation. Oh, okay. I bet you I'm not coming in for you, because I could tell you about all the human interactions that come in here and make money. That's a valuable position, yo. It's a valuable position. I didn't even think about that. Like, if you could really break down the foot traffic based on, how many people are using this machine or whatever, you could break it down.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty valuable. Like, that's valuable. It's really valuable.
Yeah, I wonder because there's so many different types of data analysts until it gets broken down into different names. Depending on the industry too.
But you're probably all getting guap. They're probably all getting crazy bread. Like,
it depends. Depends how far that person got to go with the information.
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you, the lowest person probably doing that 70,000.
The lowest is 70. Okay. You
think let me see for grand? California.
Man, if you able to do that for somebody at a casino, like that's
I don't know.
Point. The person.
Let me see. Let me see.
Go ahead, look it up. Let me
Marcus,
see.
You think it's 70?
I don't
think it's 70.
It might be 70 in the casino industry, maybe, but data analyst jobs are not 70 across the board.
They're not. Yeah.
I'm talking.
Then it depends on the state. You talk about California, bro. What you talk about California?
I'm talking.
Okay, let me see.
Who could track? Whoever could track how many people interacted with a casino machine. How many people interacted with it? That's like they could tell you that in their interactions. So that data, not just like any general data analyst. No way that person not making 70. Hey, Chris Davis, we'll get to your question soon, my man. Just gonna figure this little thing out. Just gotta school them on how people getting these paper out here in these industries. These data analysts out here.
I would love to know.
They pulling up on these new CES.
I know programmers are balling.
How much do casino analyst jobs pay a year? The average annual pay for a casino analyst job in the U.S. is $60,583 a year.
60. So I was 10 over.
660. Yeah.
Yeah, I was 10 over.
Close. It was a little
Does
close.
Does it say what state?
That's a national average.
It says
a typical Hollywood.
You get more.
A typical Hollywood casino financial analyst salary is $80,000, but financial analysts and like human computer interaction is two different roles.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
So do the computer interaction one. Do that. What are you getting on that? Money. Tell them. Go ahead. When you unmute, tell them money.
And as you can see, these are opportunities and careers and jobs and stuff in the industry that
y'all can have. That's what D point is. Let me tell him, D, because I know how you be wanting to tell him. D, y'all can have these opportunities. Is what we're telling you. Y'all could do this. If you could tell how many people could use a casino machine, the casino people would say, wow, that's very valuable. We got a lot of money we can give to you. In fact, we got this much. How much, Marcus? Tell them.
Yeah, so it's 60 grand for casino analysts. If you're a sports book analyst, it's 70 grand.
Okay. So yeah, about the same, huh?
Yeah. So I mean, that's solid. That's a developer salary.
But at what point does a person being able to do that become obsolete, where the technology of the machines are doing it?
Good question. You got to learn how to do those new machines.
Yeah.
You got to learn how to do those. You got to learn how to
As I mean, a computer is one thing, but computers sometimes still need some human effect.
Right. You got to be able
to guide it.
Because somebody's going to learn how to do it. So you might as well be the one to learn how to do it. You shouldn't not.
Especially if they don't want to spend so much on that damn machine.
Yeah, because also too, another thing too that our generation going to do better than the old generation is it's experience over education. You feel me? So it's like, instead of like in an old time, they'll be like, all right, Albert, we know you've been making the shakes here at McDonald's for years, but we got a new shake machine, and this shit is going to be a classic. It's never going to break, but it became the McDonald's ice cream machine. But when they first got it, they thought it would never break. It's the new ice creamatron 5000, and people are going to love it, and we don't need you anymore, Edward. And you know what? Like in the old generation, like the boomers and stuff, Edward was like phased out, and it was a sad day because like the 90s brought tech or whatever. Our generation, y'all better not go out like that. You need to learn how to use these new machines inside the McDonald's. The machines in the McDonald's, you better learn how to fix one of them. You know how to fix one of them. McDonald's just bought like
paper in there to change the receipt bin and all that.
They paying.
All you're gonna have is like a little route, like a little milk route where you're going from a store. Each McDonald's along a route, going in, tinker with it, putting in the printer paper, and chilling. Probably eating snacks along the way.
Check your TikTok. Check your bank account. Bing, they hit you. What about these vending machines, man? I just went to the Slauson Mall, and they got a vending machine in there so all the vendors in there have their own sections, right? It's probably like 10 by 10s where they sell, either shirts, clothes, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And this one section, the 10 by 10, had no people, had no stuff. It was a vending machine with hair weave in it, and it was all.
Oh yeah, I seen one of those before.
Yeah, and the space in there was just fly. It was just like a sofa, a scepter, and like a bunch of curtains and stuff that was dope, like a queen's room, and just the vending machine. And the girls were just in line buying the hair weave out the vending machine. And
hold on, so that they was doing their hair right there and then?
No, nobody was there.
I was about to say, if you are able to have a hair dispensary vending machine and have like a separate little areas where you could just do your hair right there, then that would be fire. I'm not even going to. That would be fire.
Yo,
just clip them joints in.
Rich said he been telling me about the vending machine industry. I'm telling you, the vending machines too, bro. You get them popping. It's about how you know how to put them in a spot. It's about how you know how to put them in a spot, because you pay $400 or $500, you're definitely gonna get that money back, right? Like if you put $400 or $500 into a vending machine, you're gonna get that money back. What do you think? Like if you put $500 up, the machine costs $500, then you gotta pay $200 to move it to wherever it's gonna go. But you got to figure if you put some M&Ms in there. You know what I'm talking about? The purple ones, the ones nobody's seen. That's what I would do. I would put the joints that nobody.
The brownie M&Ms.
You put those joints in there, and nobody had those in that area. You go back and get just quarters out of your joint. Just quarters. You just get to be the Lucky Charms, the leprechaun. Just coins falling out, Sonic. I mean, I don't know, man. I think
a lot of that is going digital now, so people are just swiping. So all that has just become electronic money.
That's true. You could even, but I think those vending machines are expensive, huh? How much is one of those? Let me look. I'll tell you right now.
Eat for life.
Yep. So what's the date on that?
It's like 5,000 for the ones that can take debit card and stuff. They're like 5,000. At least from what I'm seeing right now. From the Webster store.
Anything happening in the chat?
In our LinkedIn chat? Oh, we had a
Does
question.
someone have a question?
Before we go, yeah, one person had a question. Sorry. By the way, it's 5,000 for a vending machine. For a electronic one with a debit card sensor. He asked what the group's thoughts are on Gala Games in regard to becoming a node owner.
So Gala Games, and I get emails from them. I haven't put any money into the network, but they're a blockchain gaming platform ecosystem protocol. And they launch a bunch of games and NFTs. As I understand it, when you become a node owner, you basically help the network process transactions. The same thing as if you were to, you pay with Visa, you have to pay them a percentage of your transaction fee because the network processes your transactions. When you become a node, you get paid. So it's a way to earn some money. I also just did a quick check. Apparently, the price of whatever the crypto is for Gala Games has grown 350% in the month of November. So they seem to be doing something right. I think if you have the hardware and it's just, a piece of hardware or laptop or whatever, or a phone you're not using anymore, there's no reason for you not to try to mine cryptocurrency and become a node because it's passive income. Same thing Brett was saying earlier. So you've got the computer or computing power, by all means, go and do that. It is going to cost you some electricity, right? But it depends on what the coin is doing. Gala Games seems to be doing very well. And if you find other opportunities like that, definitely jump on it. The other thing I think is a great opportunity is being part of airdrops. And I kick myself for not doing this like 8 years ago when I got into the blockchain space. But airdrops basically is where, like, for marketing purposes, a crypto will basically distribute free coins. Just like all you have to do is like join their Twitch or their Discord or their Telegram and then send them your wallet address, and they will basically just give you free coins. So imagine if you did that with Ethereum, or maybe Ethereum's not a good example, but the CryptoKitties, right? If they were doing CryptoKitties airdrops, CryptoKitties are now selling for 6 and 7 figures a piece. You potentially could have gotten some of those when they were only worth, $100 or $200 a piece. So that's another great opportunity. But we miss those opportunities. But there are over 1,000 cryptocurrencies, and all of them are using airdrops as part of their consumer acquisition strategy. Okay. There's actually even a website, I think, called like airdrops.io. I'm blanking on the name, but if you go to that, it'll tell you which cryptos are doing airdrops. So you just get yourself a wallet, sign up for all these things, and just start collecting these cryptos. Maybe some of them will take off, some of them will go to zero, but at least it doesn't cost you any money to get into the space.
It didn't cost you nothing, yeah.
Right.
Oh, I see that right here. Yeah, airdrops.io.
Airdrop.io. Marcus dropping again. Airdropping on your head. Top again. .io.
That's dope. I had no idea about this.
Was that the only
That's
question?
a gem for sure.
E for life, back on target, right? Giving you game that you wanted, right back. See?
Was that the only question?
That was the only one. That was the only one, sir. So why don't you wrap us up?
No, what else we got, Marcus? Is that it?
Yeah, I think that's everything we had to discuss this week. Unless we had some questions. If y'all have any questions, send them in the chat. Definitely want to get those answered for you. If you haven't gotten into crypto, I wouldn't say put any money in, but you can get in for free. So definitely take this opportunity to learn about it, because the metaverse is here to stay. We all know that the metaverse is really just the gaming industry, but whatever it is, it's here to stay. Since the gaming industry is here to stay.
Low key, right? Low key.
So if you're going to be putting your time and money in there anyway, you might as well be earning some money back.
Might as well do it. Might as well get your money back. Might as well.
All right. All right. I'm definitely signing up on this because I need some free crypto.
Well, it's been fantastic to be back in the building with y'all, man. Good to see y'all.
Great to see you back.
Thank you, D, for putting us up, getting us back live, and I'll see y'all soon. And welcome. Thank you for having the time to sit down with us for another great episode of Eat for Life, your #1 place for entrepreneurship, esports, entertainment, and education. That's the 4th one, right? Education?
Yeah.
Cool.
Hey, what y'all got going on this week before we leave out of here?
Well, I will be doing a lot of things. I have 4 clients currently, 4 pretty big clients at GSG. So been maintaining that and building on E for Life and things like that. But that's it really. And working on this computer so I can get back to, helping out a little bit more. But other than that, how about you guys? What's going on?
Ray, how about you?
Man, trying to figure out editing again, video editing and some new things. I really want to try and reface some stuff and get into some other sectors. I've been doing some graphic design stuff. So, and then just trying to clean out this backlog for February and seeing what content to do and seeing who to team up with. As well, whether it's in the esports sector or just educating through gaming anyway. But yeah, that's it so far.
Derek, how about you?
Nothing, brother. It's the end of the year. I'm trying to strategize everything for January going forward.
Woo!
So what? How does somebody get on your list, Red? Like, what do you?
What list?
I don't know. You just was talking about you got to go through your partnership list. You know what I'm saying?
Who's she working with?
Like, what's
her
people will call you. Her people will call you.
Nah, I mean, my email, Red Infamy at geekgametyte.com. So that is my email list to see who I'm going to be partnered. Like, I'm trying to strategize on who to partner with, who to collab with. And just refacing the brand, period. So I need some help on that too. So let our powers combine. And of course, the next things we're gonna do with E for Life, we gotta Voltron it up.
So that email right there, don't reach out. We'll reach out to you. She's very busy.
I'm not busy.
I want you to understand. I'm her translator. She does this for public appearance. Don't ever use that email ever.
Yes, use that email. It's time to get these commas up. Okay.
Okay.
What you got, Marcus?
And we got some Voltron shit happening for the podcast on Tuesday morning, November 30th. So set us up for a strong 2022. And then I just got the last piece in for the book. So I got to get Red's page design and then hopefully get that finished up this week. All the content in there. Got almost 20 game demos in there from around the world. Hopefully launching the Kickstarter for it next week. Just trying to finish this up, man. It's been 18 months, man. So I'm excited to get this done and get it out to everybody.
Let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh, my boy Charlie Noto said, Red, we use Raspberry Pi, ultrasonic sensor, thermistor, speaker, and microphone, a thermopile, and thermistors to show a vending machine can interact with its environment. And we have an existential crisis to determine what it should be when it grows up. Thought you would appreciate this. Oh, Charlie.
I don't see it.
Charlie.
Yo, Charlie's been a long time supporter of the podcast. We got to get him on these episodes.
Charlie, hit me up on LinkedIn, Charlie.
Charlie, holla, man. You got to holla more, man. We might have to have you come through. I mean, you're at Nurse Sciences, and I want to learn more about what you do because you show been supporting real ones since day one. Charlie. You get to come through. You got to come through. We got to have him on there. Come on, y'all.
Hey, shouts out to Aziza. Aziza always come through as well. I see you, sis.
Aziza.
We gotta get Aziza on.
We gotta get you on too. We gotta see your perspective too. So we back, man. So hopefully all y'all who missed us, and even the ones of y'all who didn't miss us, are ready because we back from outer space. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, D. He's like, y'all running over. Okay. Good to see y'all. All right.
Peace.
All right. Good to see y'all. Be safe. Holla back. See you later.